have great taste, especially with your radio choice. Thank you for spending a little time with Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
5 words or less. How could you lose your Southerner card?
Stephanie Bliss was the funniest one now that I've seen on Facebook. She said, I use pre-made roux.
Oh, wow. 5 words or less. How would you lose your Southerner card, your redneck card, if you said these 5 words and meant it?
Never eat squirrel and dumplings.
Oh, God. Oh, my God.
I just lost my Southerner card.
Canned biscuits are the best.
Oh.
Trump was worse than Biden. Let's go, Brandon, baby.
Let's go, Brandon!
Michael Levesque says 2 words, canned gumbo.
Oh, wow.
Golly.
Is there such a thing?
Yes.
Really?
Campbell's has a chicken gumbo.
Canned gumbo. Yes. Oh, my God.
Man, and sweet tea came up a lot. I would like unsweet tea. Yeah, you're going to lose your Southerner card quick.
Yeah.
Susan Shirley Walker says, we don't need guns.
Yeah.
Say what?
Okay, this is how you lose your Southerner card in 5 words or less. You say these 5 words, immediately just fork over your Southerner card.
John McCorkle says, greatest football conference, Big Ten. What?
I don't know. That's hinging on sacrilege there.
Kimberly Carruthers, though, I think she wins the day. She says Chick-fil-A is nasty.
Oh, wow.
What?
Wow. Okay, how would you lose your Southerner card in 5 words or less? What are those 5 words or less?
Hunting should be banned.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God. No.
Dude,
no, sir.
It hurts my heart to say that.
You know, the minute that comes out of your mouth, you should get an elbow to the forehead.
I actually got chills when I said it.
Oh, my God.
You'll never say that again, though, will you?
Oh, heck no.
Okay.
Go deer camp cookouts. Us rednecks got to have that, Gary.
I gained 47 pounds in November every year.
Exactly right. I eat better at the deer camp than I do at home.
Don't say that out loud now. Your wife is probably listening.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
National Transportation Safety Board trying to get car manufacturers to add a feature that would prevent people from breaking the speed limit. Now, cars have already got this governor on them that only allows them to go, so many miles an hour. But it's usually like way up there, 120, 130 miles an hour, something like that. But this thing would actually use GPS to determine the speed limit where you are, and then wouldn't allow the vehicle to go over that speed. Both of us are against it. You are more for the principle of the fact that, hey, this is government getting involved where they don't need to be involved.
They don't need to tell me what to do.
And I'm kind of like, hey, look, there are times when there's an emergency, there are issues that will require me to go faster. If I'm not trying to outrun the guy who just waved a gun at me.
Yeah.
I want to be able to drive faster than him.
Heck yeah.
What about you? Is it good idea or bad idea?
I'm against it because I am a speeder. And then what about the police? Because they use speeding tickets for revenue. What's going to happen with them?
How they going to get paid?
Hello, Kiss Country. Okay, where are you on this one?
I am so against it.
Right?
Spoken like a true speeder.
Hey, we're not talking about that. But anyway, it's so against it because at the point of you're punishing the people who are, technically doing what they should be doing and abiding by the law. If I get stopped to get a speeding ticket, okay, which I have many times, but you pay it and you move on. So I don't understand, what's this government going to do for money that they get off of our speeding tickets? Oh, then they're going to tax us another way. There's so many obstacles. And as far as saving a life, dude, I've outdriven an ambulance before. Come on now. I beat them to the hospital. So, no. It's no. It's just no.
Good morning, Kiss Country. Okay, good idea or bad idea?
Well, I'm kind of on the fence. Please think about this. People in Dallas that already drive with their hair on fire, they probably already know the top speed of their vehicle.
True.
But if you get everybody that drives with their hair on fire a governor, where they can't do that, that's going to incite more road rage, and it could possibly lead to more shootings and stuff.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about that. Yeah.
I can't get away from this person.
I see good and bad about it, but I don't think that I don't know that it's the government's right to stick their nose in another place that it doesn't need to be.
It's Gary and Bristol all morning long.
I know you're scared of that cock-a-doodle-doo.
Kiss Country 93's
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
And you know what? If you look back over the scope of your life, you've had some bad days, and some days were really, really bad. I'm doubting seriously, though, that your day was as bad as this hiker's day was in Washington State. Lady in her 40s the other day. She's hiking on this mountain, and all of a sudden nature calls. Fortunately, near the top of the mountain where she was, they've got these outhouses there. Well, she goes into the outhouse to begin her business and accidentally drops her phone.
Oh, no.
Down in there. Oh, yeah. But that's not the part that makes it bad. What makes it bad is our little lady just couldn't leave her phone down there. She says, no, I got to get it out of there.
No.
So she reaches down into that dark world that's down there to get her phone, and she falls in head first.
So disgusting.
And is stuck, cannot get out. But she did manage to grab a hold of her phone, and thank God, she evidently had it in like an OtterBox or something because it still worked. She was able to call 911. Can you imagine that phone call?
In my mind.
The 911 operator answers. Hello, 911, can we help? I'm in the outhouse. I am in the toilet.
What if it hadn't been emptied for a while?
Oh, it hadn't. It's at the top of a mountain, Bristol.
Oh, my God. Like, what if her head is, actually...
Oh, it is.
In it. Oh!
She gets a hold of 911. They send the firefighters their way. And I'm sure these guys are laughing their butt off the whole trip there. Then when they get there, they're able to get her out. She is nasty at this time.
Oh, my God.
They help spray her down from a distance, I promise you. They used a fire hose. They give her a white jumpsuit to wear. Strongly encourage her to go to the hospital since she's been exposed to a lot of human waste.
I'm thinking she's feeling the need for some
She says, no.
antibiotics.
I just want to go home. I don't want to go to the hospital. I just want to go home.
Bless it.
They said she was lucky she wasn't overcome by human gases, toxic gases, while she was in there.
No, because,
Okay, now this is the part that bothers me, okay? You're in there. You're stuck. And you have made the phone call. 911 says, yes, we're sending help. So you've got 20 or 30 minutes before help's going to be there.
No.
What do you do while you're stuck head first in that bottomless hell of a potty hole?
Can you just see her legs just kind of bicycling?
Are you playing Wordle? Do you call your mom? Just checking on y'all. Oh, you're wondering what's up with me. Well, guess what?
Oh, he had corn.
Oh.
They've tested positive, but not in a good way.
Careful. These two have proven to be highly contagious. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
Well, you got your Snakes, and you got your Bubbas, and you got your Juniors, and your JRs, and your Bud, like my son, Buddy. Named after my brother, Buddy. Mm-hmm. And apparently, Buddy is like a huge nickname for the name Charles.
Okay.
Did you know that?
No, I did not know that was from Charles.
Nicknames. We all know somebody with a nickname.
What was yours growing up?
Big Mac.
Big Mac. That's right.
I'm going to be grumpy as a grandfather, though. It's my Juju and my Grumpy.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah. Oh, dude. I am so excited about this. And nicknames is the big discussion this morning because You get a nickname, and usually there's a pretty good story behind how you got that nickname.
I was Aunt Booty.
Booty.
Because I would do the booty dance for my nephews to entertain them. And you know, Bristol started off as a nickname. Got that from a ballet club in Cincinnati. And no, I've never done that.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, we're just calling it the ballet to be tactful, if you know what I'm saying.
So what about you? Have you got a nickname, and how'd you get it?
Goober.
Wait a minute, you're a girl and your name is Goober?
Yes, I got that when I was a kid, and I'm 56, and I'm still Goober to my husband and my sister and brother-in-law.
Okay, what got the Goober started?
I really don't know. My sister called me that when I was, probably 6 or 7, and it has stuck for 50 years.
Well, we used to call people goobers all the time. You know, it's kind of like, you nerd, you goober.
Yeah.
But when you're in public, your husband hollers, Goober, come here.
I see your pain.
Can you remember the old days at the state fair when they used to have that big announcement thing that, would come?
Oh, my gosh, no.
Goober, your little boy is waiting for you at the...
couldn't they called you Peanut?
I don't know. I don't know where it came from, but I have had some special moments.
I bet you have. Can you imagine, joining the new church and all of a sudden the preacher says...
Welcome, Goober.
We'd like to welcome Mr. What's your husband's name?
John.
We'd like to welcome John and Goober to the church.
Yeah,
y'all please pray for Goober.
Please do. Yeah, he has yelled it out at a wedding and different places, but that's my name.
She said wedding. Can you imagine when she and John got married? We are gathered here today to join John and Goober. Goober, do you take John? John, do you take Goober?
Kiss Country 93.7, it's the best of Gary and Bristol.
Started thinking about marriage advice, and we're like, anybody can say this is what you have to do to have an amazing marriage. But what we forget about are those don'ts.
Yeah.
Those don'ts to where once you've stepped in it, it's really hard to recover.
We got a bunch of messages on the Kiss Country app.
Oh, no.
Charlotte, yours is my favorite so far. Don't assume that just because he steps over a laundry basket full of clothes, that he sees the laundry basket full of clothes.
I'm writing that down.
Don't forget, marriage isn't 50-50. It's 100-100. Don't take each... And that one was from Sam. I love that, Sam. And Shayna writes, don't take each other for granted. Great don'ts. And we have heard some incredible pieces of advice this morning for the kids. What's your favorite don't marital advice?
First off, don't do it. It's a trap. Second of all, don't piss off anybody that's got access to your toothbrush.
True.
How about don't be a control freak?
Wow. That sounds like the voice of wisdom there.
It is, trust me.
Well, I got a saying that my grandma gave me some advice, and for 47 years of my marriage, it worked. Don't let your alligator mouth overload your canary butt.
Don't let your alligator mouth overload your canary butt.
Don't stop praying.
Oh, golly. I love that. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, it's the best thing to get you through a marriage.
Amen.
Those moments when you want to kill each other and don't like each other, that's it.
Hold hands and pray together. Dear Lord, please let me not kill him. I really want to. I want to choke him to his knees right now, dear Lord. Please help me to fight this urge to strangle him until his eyes pop out of his head.
Yes.
911, what's your emergency? It's Gary in Bristol. If you're not having fun yet, you might need someone to call 911 for you. Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary in Bristol.
Who do you go to for the weather? You know, Bristol and I were both, pretty much use the Weather Channel app. It's on your phone.
Yeah.
Now, if it gets sticky, all of a sudden there's tornado warnings and stuff like that. If I'm around the TV, I'm going to watch, one of the local guys. It'll be Joe Haynes or Patrick Dennis or Todd Warren. But if it's going to be like I'm going to be out and about, I think Kiss Country does a pretty good job with the National Weather Radio. We get those NOAA alerts on the air.
The local National Weather Service, yeah.
But on the daily, who would you say is your go-to for the weather?
Man, I look at the KSLA News 12 app a lot, but most of the time I just go by my body ache.
Oh, man, age comes with
I look at my hip and my knee.
That's right. I know it's going to be cold, and I know when it's going to rain.
Bless it.
Good morning, Kiss Country. Okay, who's your go-to for the weather?
Okay, I tell you what, if Jim Canataro shows up in town, I'm running.
Who is it? What's it? Jim Cantori or whatever?
Yeah.
Cantorio, I'm probably saying it wrong, but yeah.
It's going to be a bad day if you look outside and there's the Weather Channel.
And then you saw all these crazy, meteorologists, the national meteorologists that, swarm over all the big storms. And you find out later that half the time they are so over-exaggerating it, it's not funny. They're like, oh, my gosh, I can barely stand. And then you see a dude walking by with a beer and a cigarette.
I usually do the Weather Channel, but if y'all really want something fun, download What the Forecast on the Apple App Store.
What the Forecast?
It has What the Forecast.
Okay.
I got a sneaky suspicion you probably don't want to download that during the preacher's sermon.
No, don't do that. But you can have it explicit as you want, and you can have it in an English voice or whatever voice you want it in.
Hello. Got something to tell Gary and Bristol? Call them at 725-KISS, or you can leave them a voicemail on the Kiss Country app. It's Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
Oh, well, yesterday we got to hear about this new app. It's called Hear Here. You download it on your phone. If you're going on a road trip, you hit an area that they service, that they recognize. You'll hear a celebrity voice come on your phone and tell you about the area. Like Kevin Costner, we heard him tell us about Santa Barbara yesterday. He's one of the co-founders of the app, and, God love him. Louisiana's always the last to the party. They probably won't service anything around here.
Amen.
Except for maybe New Orleans, right? So we started thinking, what happens if they had the Hear Here app and say, Houghton?
Sound a whole lot like Billy Bob Thornton from Sling Blade is what I'm thinking.
Welcome to Houghton, Louisiana, or some might say God's country. Home of the great Dak Prescott when the Cowboys are doing good. Myron Baker and the late, great Joe Delaney, a true American hero. Yep, football's pretty important to us, especially when we're playing Parkway or Mendon, depending on your generation. We even go so far as to chug milk to the point of getting sick to show our Buccaneer pride. Now, some might say that we're just a simple little country town. But I'll have you know we had ourselves a Walmart at one point. Take that, Benton. I mean, we even got ourselves 2 Sonics, 2 Trejos, and a Nicky's. So we can sip on real margaritas with our chips and salsa. That's right, moving up in the world. So while you're visiting, make sure you check out our little wildlife museum. We got the culture here in Old Houghton. I mean, there's even a gift shop. Very forward thinking in Houghton. We're even part of that whole clean eating movement with Mahaffey Farms over at the old Eastwood. We're downright progressive. We got our fancy neighborhoods too, like Forest Hills and Dogwood South, otherwise known as the land of a million golf carts. Yep, life is pretty good here in Houghton. If you can't get it at the Pilot or the Family Dollar, you really don't need it. Our schools are good, the PTA is strong, and our stands and pews are always packed. Now, y'all come back and see us. You hear?
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
Certain things people will not scrimp on. In fact, most common products that people are not willing to compromise on. Number 1, toilet paper.
Amen.
We've got our brand. It's almost like, if somebody brings home another brand of toilet paper, it's like you're a Baptist like me and somebody is sitting in your pew on Sunday morning. Have you lost your mind? I understand y'all are new, but you've got to find another place to sit. Thank you very much. That's my seat.
That's a McCoy pew.
Yeah. Coffee brands, they say people will not, to me, if it's not community, it ain't coffee.
Yeah.
It's just brown stuff. They said chocolate is in there. Shampoo. Do you have a particular brand of shampoo?
Mm-hmm.
Now, see, and I'm not like that with shampoo.
But I'll switch them up.
I'll buy whatever I can get for $1. You know.
He is the king of Suave.
Yeah. Yes, that's my favorite brand. Okay, so what about you? Are there certain things you will not scrimp on? Not looking for savings. We don't discuss this. I get one brand, and I get that every time. Cheese.
Yay.
Amen.
You get the cheap kind that don't melt right.
That's right. Or they taste like the package.
Oh, yeah.
Like plastic.
Can you imagine making Rotel with anything but Velveeta? No. I think that's the 11th commandment if I've read my Bible properly.
That's right. We have a cheese drawer at the house, and there's nothing but cheese in it.
We do too.
And you don't skimp on the cheese.
Stick around. Just 15 more minutes. You won't believe what these two are going to do next. It's Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.
Kiss Country 93.7. It's the best of Gary and Bristol.
Okay, research piece came out, and Bristol and I were talking about this. In this research piece, people were asked, they said, okay, if either a naked photo or your financial information was to leak online so that the whole world could see on the internet, which would be worse for you? And most people said a naked photo. That would be the worst thing. Or, excuse me, their financial information.
See, I can get that all fixed. I'll get new cards issued. I'll report them stolen. We'll get that money back. That's a short-term ouch.
Yeah. I think it would be worse for me if my financial information got out there. The more I've thought about what my son said, he goes, look, Dad, 2 weeks later, nobody remembers the naked picture of you.
No.
It's gone.
Someone will save it. That lives forever, Gary McCoy. It lives forever.
Which would be worse for you? Which of these two would be the worst? Either your financial information leaked or a naked photo of you?
Financial.
Having your financial information leaked?
Yep.
So,
I love my credit score. Just saying. I could change my body. I mean, I can't change the one area that you be focused on, but I can change everything else.
It's a hard decision.
Yes, it is.
Mainly because I don't know which one would get more laughs.
Oh, man.
And it's all about the laugh, isn't it, Jordan?
Oh, it absolutely is. But, I guess when it comes down to it, I guess I'm going to say the naked picture would be worse because I don't really think anybody's considered with both my dollars I got in my bank account.
Nothing puts the good in your morning like Gary and Bristol on Kiss Country 93.7.